Hello, I'm Steve Shaw, National Coordinator of Football Officials and Secretary of Rules Editor for the NCAA. And today we're continuing our series of training videos for 2024, and we're going to be focused on game action from week 4. Now, before we get into our plays, I want to hit two things. One, around coach-to-player communications. Referees, make sure we identify in our pregame meeting, our 100-minute meeting, who is the in-charge person on technology. Is it the game manager? Do they have an orange hat? And that is the person that will ultimately determine if we have a complete system failure on one sideline. And we want that validation from that person, not just the head coach, before we turn both sidelines down. So let's make sure we do that. Second, I want to talk about unsportsmanlike conduct. We're doing a great job with the celebration side of that, but I want to encourage us again. Any taunting action, anything that's directed at an opponent, demeaning to that opponent, or it includes simulating firing of a weapon, all of those are automatic unsportsmanlike conduct fouls, no latitude. Let's get the marker down. And so far this year, we're averaging 2 unsportsmanlike conduct fouls in every 3 games. That's slightly up from last year, but let's continue to keep this top of mind. It is a point of emphasis, and let's do our job. So with that, let's get on into our plays.
Our first play this week is going to be good work at the pylon. We're going to see that the quarterback, he throws to a wide open receiver. Receiver catches the ball, pushes upfield, dives at the goal line, and we're going to see that the headline judge and side judge, they come together, and the side judge is going to go up with a touchdown. Now, as we go back and take a look at the play from the end zone, we see that the receiver, he sticks the ball out, but it is clearly outside the pylon. So he didn't break the plane of the goal line here, but we all know that if his arm hits the pylon, which it does here, then he gets goal line extended. And from ground level view, we see that the receiver's still in bounds as he reaches the ball out. The left arm does hit the pylon before he's out of bounds. So anytime the runner hits the pylon here, he gets goal line extended. And as we can see that there's no question the ball is breaking the plane of goal line extended. So this is an excellent call for touchdown by our side judge. Play 2, we're going to get another example of the defense stemming and simulating action at the snap. Now, we see that the defense shifts, there's a slight flinch by the offense, but we're going to see that the headline judge, he comes straight into the umpire to discuss the play, and we're ultimately going to penalize the defense here. And as we go back and take a look at the action, we see that defensive lineman number 0, when he shifts, he jerks his arms and legs. This is simulating action at the snap and is a correct call for delay of game on the defense. We're doing a good job with these issues at the line of scrimmage, both on the offense and defense, so let's don't let up. Good job here. Play 3 is a pass fumble play, and these types of plays, as we all know, can be very, very tight and difficult to officiate. And we see here we have the quarterback, he drops back, and the ruling on the field is going to be a fumble recovered by the defense, and then during the return, the offense takes the ball back away from the defensive player. Now, the initial question was, is this an incomplete pass or a fumble? And the impact's significant because with the ruling on the field, if it was a fumble and the offense getting the ball back, they would have a new series 1st and 10. But if it's an incomplete pass, it's going to be 4th and goal. Now, replay is going to stop the game to review, and as we look at the quarterback's motion, it's important to remind ourselves the rule here. It's not the arm moving forward that starts the forward pass. It's the forward movement of the hand with the ball in firm control. And we do see the arm moving forward on this as kind of a cocking motion, but the defender makes contact and the quarterback loses firm control of the ball just as the hand starts to move forward. Now, this is about as close as it gets, but replay confirms the call of a fumble and it's not an incomplete pass. And the rules language was changed from arm to hand moving forward for these type plays, really for what we can see in replay now. Play 4 is going to be a 2-play vignette on roughing the passer and targeting. Now, the first play, we see that the quarterback, he throws a pass that's incomplete, but we get a flag down from our referee for roughing the passer. And as we go back and take a look at the action, we see defender number 2, he comes in, he tries to block the pass. He makes forcible contact to the head of the quarterback. And this is roughing the passer, but it's not targeting because the defender does not launch, there's no lowering of the head, and the defender really is just attempting to block the pass, and their heads do collide, but there's no attack, no indicator of targeting, so roughing the passer is the correct call here. Now on the second play of the vignette, we have a similar play with a pass, and we get a flag down from our referee for roughing the passer. As we go back and take a look at the hit on the quarterback here, we see the defender starts up as to go to block the pass, but then he's going to pull his hands down, lowers his head, and attacks the quarterback's head. This is clearly an indicator of targeting. With the forcible contact to the head or neck area of the defenseless quarterback, replay properly comes in and adds targeting here. So the difference in these plays, I hope you can see, is around the indicator of targeting. One has an indicator of targeting with attack, and the other, there's no attack, there's just helmet contact. Play 5, we get a pass down the field. It's caught at the 10. The receiver stretches for the goal line, and the side judge is going to go up with a touchdown signal. And we note that the game clock is stopped at 5 minutes, 12 seconds. Now, if we go back and take a look at the all 22, we see that the back judge comes over, he stops the clock, gives the dead ball signal, and then he's going to go talk to the side judge, and then ultimately they're going to make the spot at the 1 yard line. Now, after this discussion, they inform the referee, and we see the referee making an announcement, and then he's going to look back to the line, wind the clock, and make the ball ready. We can't see the game clock in this shot, but if we go back on the program feed, we see that the game clock starts when the play clock is at 12 seconds. And we know by rule that if the play clock is under 25 seconds when the ball is ready, we should pump it back up to 25 seconds. And we need to do this here. Ultimately, the offense has to scramble to the line to avoid a delay. Now, one final note, this play needed to be confirmed by replay before the next snap, or we needed to stop the game. And no one view really has the definitive look, but if we marry our end zone shot behind the offense where we can see the right knee down and we pause it and then sync that up with our right 25 camera, we should be able to make a pretty solid determination here. Play 6 is going to be the first play after the 2-minute timeout. It's 2nd and 8 for the offense, and the line to gain is the plus 45. Now we're going to get a swing pass out to the back, and he takes a hard hit from defender number 5, and we get a flag down from our headline judge for targeting with the crown of the helmet. Now replay is going to look at the targeting, and based on the views here, there's clearly an indicator of targeting as the tackler lowers his head, leads with his head, but he actually missed with the crown. It's close, but it is a miss. So replay cannot confirm all aspects of this targeting, so they're going to overturn the targeting. We support the flag that was thrown here. Let replay make this determination. Now, replay makes sure we look at all aspects of the play. We see the referee and back judge conversing, and since the overturn creates a running clock and we're after the 2-minute timeout, a 10-second runoff is in play. But this should be an alert to replay to make sure that we do look at all aspects of the play. And as we go back and look at the runner, we see that we really can confirm that the runner's right hand was the first thing to touch, and it touches out of bounds. So we need to make sure that the crew knows that since the runner was out of bounds, there's no possibility for a 10-second runoff here. Play 7, we're late in the fourth quarter, the score is tied, and the offense is going to try a field goal. Now, the kick is close, but ruled no good, and as we go back and take a look at the replay, we see just how close this kick really was, but it's clearly no good. Good job by our covering officials, but then we're going to see number 14 of the defense taunting the kicker. This is clearly an unsportsmanlike conduct foul, and the kicking team coach, he sees the action and wants the flag. There was no reaction by the kicker, thank goodness, but this is a dead ball taunting foul that we need to see and penalize. Our last play is in the first extra period. The defense scored in their possession series and is up by 7 points, and the offense is in their possession series with 1st and goal. Now we get a runoff tackle, and number 12 of the defense steps up, makes a big hit, the ball is out, and it rolls out the back of the end zone. Now, the ruling on the field is fumble in the field of play, resulting in a touchback and the end of the offense's possession series. And if the ruling holds, the game will be over. Now, replay is going to come in and review the play. And as we go to review, we see that spectators are rushing the field, the goalposts come down, and security, ultimately, they do a good job protecting the end of the field where we are with players. But as we go back and take a look at the play, from the end zone angle, we see that the ball is out on contact. And with the view down the line, the ball is clearly out before the runner crosses the plane of the goal line. And so replay is going to ultimately let the play stand, and the game is over. If play would have continued, we need to work with game management and have them totally clear the field and reset the goalpost if possible. And by a little known rule, if the goalpost couldn't be reset, the home team is responsible for the availability of a portable goal if original goals are removed during the game for any reason. Well, that's it for our plays this week, and let's take these plays and learn from them and incorporate them into your pregame meeting. And as we enter week 5, let's have quality fouls, make it be there, nothing technical. Let's continue to work hard on our player safety fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct. Let's don't let that get away from us. Let's have great communications, use your winning words, concentration for 60 minutes, and as always, display our integrity, courage, and poise.